Please welcome your host of Bombing Run, General A.A. Ron.
Thank you. I'm General A.A. Ron, and it's time for everyone's favorite comedian game show, Bombing Run.
Woo!
Yeah. All right. Yes. The rules for Bombing Run are simple. Each comedian combatant does their 5-minute set, while the mysterious comedian punch will be looking for their setup punch and appearance in front of a studio audience. Warning combatants. If you say the F or C word for any F-bomb, come bomb your set, and you can't be joke or ace. 2 other rules to Bombing Run. If you leave more than 25 seconds on the clock, it's considered a dud, and you can't be joke or ace. But if you go over your time, that's considered a time bomb, and you can't be joke or ace. All right? So I want you guys, please welcome my mysterious comedian judge, Judge Nod, everybody. Judge Nod.
Woo!
They're a Boy Scout troop leader, and they were just tying me up in knots. No, they weren't. But they are a comedian with many years of experience, and they know what they're looking for. All right? So with that being said, let's meet our comedian combatants for game number 1, shall we? Contestant number 1.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ruben Anthony, new to North Las Vegas, 46 years old, and I'm ready to rock.
Awesome. Contestant number 2.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Parker in Philadelphia. I'm also ready to rock or to bomb, whatever it may be. Thanks for having me.
All right. Contestant number 3.
Hey everybody, thank you. I'm Gingerbread Amy from Wolfboro, New Hampshire.
Awesome. These 3 comedian combatants will be doing battle on the game show known as Bombing Run. So, comedian combatants to your battle stations. Comedian combatants to your battle stations. As we go to our very first comedian combatant, let's give it up for Ruben Anthony, everybody. Yeah!
Thank you, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight? Yeah. Hi, I am Ruben Anthony, and as you can tell, I am 5 foot Latino, 200 Mexican pounds, and my preferred pronouns are ese, fu, and mijo. I don't have a cool cholo name like Gasper or Creeper or Puppet or Aaron. My sister does. She tells me my homies call me Joker because they think I'm funny. And I'm like, no, they don't. Your homies call you Joker because you wear so much makeup, people think you're trying to kill Batman. Now, I know I'm Hispanic, and that's thanks to 23andMe. I'm not talking about DNA testing. I'm talking about the 23 relatives in me living in a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house in La Puente, California.
Ouch.
And I love it. I love it when white people ask me, hey, Ruben, why do so many of you Mexicans live in one house? And I'm like, because, dude, we actually take care of each other. Now, you need to explain to me why so many of you white people are homeless. I guess that white privilege card does have a credit limit. Now, don't get me wrong. I am proud to be an American, and my family has been in this country a long time. That's why I get so annoyed when people ask me, where are you from? Victorville. And they ask, you know what we mean? Where are your parents from? Whittier. Look, I can do this all day, dude. So don't tell me to go back to where I'm from. I served 20 years in the U.S. Army, and I promise you, I've spent more time in Iraq than Mexico. My little brother, he was also in the Army. He was in Iraq and Afghanistan. And our older brother, he served in more places than both of us combined. He served in Chino, Indio, Lancaster, Folsom. Yeah, some of you are wondering, when did we go to war with Lancaster? You Yeah, Battle of Palmdale, a real master class on suburban combat.
Mm.
And my grandfather, he was from Salinas and he served in the Pacific during World War II. And his father was from Sacramento and he served alcohol during Prohibition. In fact, if you go back far enough, you'll find my family's ancestors actually rode out here with the pioneers. Of course, our wagon was a little different. Like it had the Virgin Mary painted on the side. There were chrome spinners on the wagon wheel. There was a Raider Nation flag flying from the back. Even the horses were lowered. Look, I even had some family who came here with a Donner Party.
Oh.
And let me tell you, their carne asada was to die for. Look, my family's been here for so long. I tell people, we didn't jump over the border. The border jumped over us.
Oh.
Like one day, my ancestors were just chilling, drinking some 40s in front of their wagon. It was like, hey, mira. Yes, eso. What was that thing? And when did I start speaking English? And when the hell did we get a Home Depot?
Nice.
Gracias, everyone. I'm Ruben Anthony, and thank you for having me.
All right, let's give it up for Ruben Anthony, everybody.
Yay!
All right, and Ruben, where can we find you on social media?
Oh, I'm hard to find on social media. I've been canceled way too many times.
Mm.
And it sucks to get canceled before you've even had a pilot.
So you're telling me you can't find you on social media?
Now, I'll be posting some things up once I get to Vegas and really settle into this whole comedy thing.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Ruben. And I got to go to Judge. Judge Nod, are you ready for the next comedian? Are you ready?
Don't rush me. I'm still laughing from the last set.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Judge. Please welcome our next comedian combatant for game number 1. Let's give it up for Stephanie Parker, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. I'm just going to be upfront with you guys. I'm heavily invested in game shows. I find myself oohing and awing at the prizes and the contestants and who's going to win what. And I really have to like strap in, because what if Doris gets to go home with that above ground pool to Utica? And, you know, Topher might not have, won the jet ski, but he did get to see Glendale. And I think that's what's really important, And sometimes I think about it and I just have to, I find myself cringing at my own true nature, because I'm a fangirl of capitalism. I recently found a note in an old phone, and it just said, improv is no different than waterboarding.
What?
And then when I think about my life these past few years, it's like how the mighty have fallen, and it was my own self-defined comedy rock bottom, because over the pandemic I took 6 levels of improv.
Wow.
That's all the levels, and I did it over Zoom.
Mm.
And when you think about cities that are synonymous with improv, Dallas is the only one that comes to mind, right? So I've also gotten into feminist clowning, and I've learned some. Thank you. I've learned some interesting techniques, such as breathing in and out of your vagina.
What?
And I recently said to someone, I'm a feminist clown. It was a declarative sentence, so it must be true, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean to brag, but I did some really cool stuff again, all over Zoom. But I devised the short clown piece with an older Dutch woman where we sucked on damp scarves.
Wow. What the hey?
And it was so avant-garde. I still don't understand it. I need some time on that. But on the downside, numerous people have told me that they would have preferred if I had maybe gotten into feminist miming. And I've apparently become a prop comic. And honestly, I think more accurately, I'm finally identifying with the prop comic I've always been. And just for right now, I'm gonna spare you that unsightly truth. You're welcome. If I had to sum up the 2020s thus far, I'd say it's really been roaring. I've joined Toastmasters International, and it's really not what you think. It's I wouldn't do it in the country where it was born, like 100 years ago. No, that would be too easy, right? I'm a proud member of a club that is in a small market village just outside of Cambridge in the UK. And technically it's in Essex, but we don't dwell on that. And if you guys ever want to join us, we meet once a fortnight. And during what I've been having, I describe as like a soul searching time. I've often wondered if sort of the despair, the sadness, the feminist clowning like I'm experiencing is and it's in this like self-induced isolation. And I'm thinking, could it get any worse? And then I stumbled onto Zoom Chi. Online Tai Chi. So yeah, it can. And if you let it, I guess it will. So I'd like to end it there. And thank you so much. AA Ron, back to you.
All right.
Yay.
Let's give it up for Stephanie Parker, everybody.
Yay.
And Stephanie, where can we find you on social media?
I'm on Instagram at Lefty Steffi.
And that's it, huh?
And Facebook, but I don't know. Maybe you'll find this Stephanie Parker. Maybe you'll find others. It's a question.
So go find her on that Instagram link there, guys. Thank you so much. That was awesome. And Judge Knott, are you ready for the next comedian combatant?
This job is tougher than following a comedian doing dick jokes.
Well, I understand that, but come on, man. Are you ready? I mean, okay, you now are ready. Yeah, I mean, the judge is right here talking into his own microphone. I kid you not. The live studio audience, I'm in like an 11 by 11 studio, and I've got 30 people stuck in this room. It's hot. It's very hot in here. And the judge is over there laughing at all you guys. So, with that being said, let's go to our third comedian combatant for game number one, shall we? Let's give it up for Gingerbread Amy. Yeah. Woo!
Hey, everybody. Thank you. That's right. I am Gingerbread Amy. It's a name I'm called. And of all the names I've been called, it's one of my favorites. It's right up there with I don't say that word anymore. I don't say that word anymore. It's right up there with princess. We'll just go with that. Listen, as Gingerbread Amy, I get to do a lot of really fun things. I get asked to host a number of events. It's really, really
I'm ready
fun.
for the next comedian.
You know how
Rob?
some people put the ho in host? Not me. I put the ho, ho, ho. That's right. Triple ho. Listen, as Gingerbread Amy, I get booked at parties and events to make a gingerbread house in front of people. No joke. It's such a fun gig. I sometimes refer to it as heaven on earth.
Mm.
Also, I do stand up. Why? Because hell. Hell on earth. Is anyone else getting previews? I mean, yikes. I just, yeah, no, thank you. So, Gingerbread Amy, light, she's at parties, she's at events, she's on cruise ships. It's so fun. It's so light. Gingerbread Amy, dark, is in dank little comedy clubs and online game shows. So you're welcome. Sometimes I go too dark. Like that poor audience that got my suicide set.
Whoa. Oh.
I mean, they heard Gingerbread Amy and they saw gumdrops and candy canes and chocolate kisses. Yeah. And they got pills, booze, and a hotel room.
Oh my God.
It was unforgettable. It was quite a night. But let's keep it light. Let's keep it light tonight. Okay. You all look like a really nice audience. So let's keep it light. I've been blonde for 2 years now. Thank you.
Woo.
Nice.
I still can't remember I'm blonde. So that makes me the blondest blonde of all. Winning. I recently started dating because my husband's been dating for years. So he thought he'd feel better if I started dating. And he does not. But I do. So
Oh, you go, girl.
So thank you very much. Listen, you know how sometimes you just long for someone to apologize to you, like someone, and you kind of laugh when you think about it because it would be hilarious if they actually did. Well, I was at a family dinner and my uncle Jerry started in. It was a fancy family dinner and he apologized to me.
Ooh.
And I said, "Oh, Uncle Jerry, that was so 2 decades ago. You haven't raped me for over 20 years.
Oh, Jesus.
Please pass the gravy
Oh my gosh.
so I can throw it in your face. Thank you very much. I'm Gingerbread Amy. Good night."
All right, let's give it up for Gingerbread Amy, everybody. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Wow. Whew. And Gingerbread, where can we find you on social media?
I am Gingerbread Amy on Facebook and Instagram and at gingerbreadamy.com. Yes, you should accept all cookies.
All right, accept all cookies. Except hers might be covered in pills in a hotel room. I'm not quite sure.
Oh my
Not
God.
not those gumdrops you thought they were gonna be. All right. Oh my God, Judge Not, are you right? Who is Joker Ace for game number 1? Is it Ruben Anthony, Stephanie Parker, or is it Gingerbread Amy? Are you drinking over there?
Spooky.
That was spooky as heck. All right, you are ready? Yeah, quit drinking. Stop.
Nightmares.
All right. Joker Ace for game number 1 is Gingerbread Amy, everybody. Yeah.
Congrats.
You're going to be on Dogfight Edition right after game number 2. And we'll be to game number 2 right after this. Hi, everyone. I'm General A.A. Ron. and you're halfway through the game show known as Bombing Run, right here on DBTV.
In 1943, the Allies were losing the war. General Douglas A. MacArthur ordered the creation of Joke Force, a small group of stand-up comedians who would parachute behind enemy lines to kill the advancing army with jokes. Their missions were known as bombing runs. Some comedians killed, while others died on the battlefield stage. The Joke Force was disbanded right after the Laughingstock Peace Treaty was signed. Today, their mission lives on as the game show Bombing Run, hosted by General A.A. Ron.
Bombing Run!
Stay tuned. Game number 2 is coming right up of Bombing Run, right here on DBTV. All right, it's time for game number 2 of Bombing Run. And let's meet our comedian combatants for game number 2, shall we? Contestant number 1.
So hi everybody, good evening. My name is Denise Jackrel. I am from New York City.
Awesome. And now contestant number 2.
Hey everybody, I'm Adrienne Boris, originally from Boston, calling in from Brooklyn, New York, so I got a lot of accents going on.
All right, now contestant number 3.
How's it going? My name is Joseph Yount, and I'm representing Gaylord, Michigan tonight. Thank you.
All right, these 3 comedian combatants will be doing battle on the game show known as Bombing Run. So, comedian combatants, to your battle stations. Comedian combatants, to your battle stations. As we go to our first comedian combatant for game number 2, please welcome to the stage Denise Jackrel, everybody. Yeah! Woo!
Thank you, thank you. So recently, I purchased a new cell phone and created the following greeting. Hi, this is Denise. I'm sorry I can't take your call right now. Oh, I'm not sorry. Why should I be sorry? Obviously, I'm doing something else and I don't want to be bothered. So just leave me a message and I will call you back. Sorry. Oh, I'm not sorry. Goodbye. So why do we say we're sorry when we really don't mean it? Just to be nice? We don't know what else to say? We feel guilty? Again, I ask you why? Why? Why do we say we're sorry when somebody dies? When someone's pet died? Or more tragic, when someone's favorite character died? Did we have a voodoo doll? Did we drag it out? Die, you fool. Are we Canadian? Did you know that saying I'm sorry is Shakespearean for the mother's milk of kindness?
Wow.
Mother's milk? What? I'm sorry. What babies were formula fed? Since when is Shakespeare an expert on breastfeeding? You know. Since when is a guy with a penis an authority on breast milk? Did he have tits? Thank you. Did he have tits that nobody knew about? Is he transgendered?
Oh.
Why say I'm sorry if we really aren't? You people need to be weaned off saying I'm sorry. How about this? Say you have my compassion. You have my condolences. You have my sympathy. But saying I'm sorry? Really? So, enough already. I'm not sorry, and I will never, ever, ever be sorry again. You have my apologies. Now that's more like it. Thank you so much. My name is Denise Jackrel, and feel free to wear it out. Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow. Aaron, back to you.
All right, let's give it up for Denise Jackrel, everybody. Yeah. Oops. the crowd just, I had to cut them off. What the heck's going on over here? Oh my gosh. Denise, where can we find Denise, where can we find you on social media?
Okay, so I am on Instagram at Born to Be Me TV, and I'm on LinkedIn under Denise Jackrel, and I would love to connect with you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All righty. Let's talk. I'm going to talk to the judge real quick here. All right, Judge. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. We're going to go to our second comedian combatant for game number 2. Let's give it up for Adrienne Boris, everybody. Yeah.
Hey everybody, thank you so much, Aaron. I have to start by just saying it's so great to see some female comedians on here tonight. I've been going to a lot of open mics lately, and I've started to wonder if I like stepped into a cursed subway train, and when I got off, like I was no longer allowed to vote, you know? Like, no, I'm just kidding. They're not rolling that car out until November. But you know, Stephanie, about improv, I also do a lot of improv. I was doing a lot more improv than stand-up for a while, but the group dynamic really started to wear me out. But I find that now that I'm doing stand-up, I still have a problem with the group dynamic. So I'm wondering if the problem is me. Yeah. So you guys, I just moved to Brooklyn like yesterday. I lived in Manhattan for a long time, but I am polyamorous. So I don't know if you know, but Brooklyn is the capital of polyamory. So if you live literally anywhere else in the world, but especially in New York, they do send you a written summons in the mail. It's like jury duty. You can't get out of it. Yeah, so being polyamorous is interesting. What's funny is, you know, I grew up as an only child and I had all the love and attention of my parents. And so when I grew up, I decided to pursue a lifestyle where I was no longer special. And I actually got a thank you card from my parents' therapists this morning. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's very in vogue. But what's funny is I actually, although I'm poly, I only have one serious partner, and that's kind of like going to the old country buffet and just getting a side of mashed potatoes. But my partner, you would be surprised, he's really nice to all 37 of us on the compound. Just kidding. He has one other serious partner. She's my metamor. It turns out that sister wife is not the correct term. You know, we get along, and sometimes the three of us even hang out together. And people are always like, "Oh, you hang out together. You must have a threesome after you go see a movie." And more likely, we all go to our respective apartments and cry. But I did have my first threesome last year, and it was actually on 9/11, so I guess I'll never forget. You might say I came face to face with the Twin Towers that night. No, but what my threesome really taught me is that unfortunately I'm not a lesbian. I really wish I was. You know, life would be a lot different and better if I was, but it's to the point where when I take a picture of myself for a nude, I have to sort of like look away, avert my own eyes, and just hope it came out all right. And when I look at it, I'm like, oh, who could be attracted to that? Who turned that inside out, and why is it winking at me? I get very disturbed. But, you know, unfortunately, all of those fun times are almost over because in about 3 weeks, I turn 40 years old. And because I'm turning 40, I have to mail back my vagina.
What?
I have to nail back my vagina, but
What?
you know, they actually make it really easy for you. They send you a return label and everything. So I'll
Wow.
cooperate. And yeah, you know, I like to make these transitions early in my mind. So in my head, I'm already 40, living it up in Brooklyn. But my boyfriend says that I shouldn't do that because he wants to say that he's dating a hot 39-year-old for as long as possible. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Thank you so much. Back to you, AA Ron.
All right, let's give
Yay,
it up for Adrienne Boris, everybody. Yeah. And Adrienne, where can we find you on social media?
I am on Facebook as myself, Adrienne Boris, and on Instagram, La Factotum. Factotum, it's a weird opera word.
All right, that was awesome. Go find her on that social media links. Thank you so much. Wow, what a set. And I didn't know you had to mail those back. My wife's is past due then, obviously.
She got lucky.
I guess. Didn't have to return to sender. That would be rough. All right, Judge Knott, are you ready for the next comedian combatant? Oh, you are? Okay. Thank you for not booming in with that mic earlier. Geez, that was a loud thing. All right, so let's give it up for our third comedian combatant of game number 2. Let's give it up for Joseph Yount, everybody! Yeah!
You're gonna see me holding this piece of wood up here because I'm just used to holding the microphone. I want to properly introduce myself with some facts about me. I'm just skinny, okay? I'm not terminal. It's all. I cannot get over 160 pounds. Most females will say, "Oh, I wish I had your problem." And I say, "So you wish you looked like a heroin addict?" When my doctor diagnosed me with arthritis, I acted as though she told me, "Joseph, you're going to die soon." It was like the ultimate, like, you are getting old. You're for sure old. I've jumped off a 20-foot extension ladder to avoid a bee sting.
Whoa.
Ouch.
Ouchie.
Oddly enough, that summer, with a broken leg, fractured collarbone, in my home, I was stung in the foot.
Oh.
Ouch.
Oh.
I could have saved myself some trouble there. Now look at, I always have been and always will be an animal lover to a fault, except for those damn bees. Result is now. I don't. Okay, so I forget jokes almost as quickly as I think of them. Like, I'll think of an idea, gone right away. So what this leads to is I'm that guy now that is digging through his pocket and like everywhere, doesn't matter where I'm at, for the recorder, like, and then I'll blurt out some ridiculous sentence, right? Like, sign with Verizon and your credit score's gone. Ooh, I almost said it.
Whoa.
All right, so it would be harmless enough if I wasn't standing in line at the Verizon store. So, all right. After this, I have a debilitating anger issue. It requires therapists, sedatives. Actually, it got so bad at one point I turned Republican.
Whoa.
When you're as skinny as I am, nobody ever believes that I'm not hungry. You can't sell it to anybody, okay? Especially grandma. I remember being at grandma's house. I'd get home and have a bowel movement the size of a grapefruit. Grandma, you're never big enough for grandma, okay? Speaking of bowel movements, when's the last time you guys been on a first date? I've been thinking about first dates for a while, right? And I learned some embarrassing but yet important but valuable lessons. the movies got to be the worst idea in the world for a first date because you get no conversation. Okay. It's all whispers, right? Basically, what a guy's saying when he takes you to a movie, a dark movie theater where you sit next to each other and not talking is, I'm going to try and get to second, maybe third base with you. Just know that. Here's
awesome.
over time. Bowling's where the shit's at because bowling has one thing the movie doesn't: alcohol. You got first date. Now, when you take a girl to a first date bowling, conversation's wonderful. You're drinking beers together. Now, a guy's version of that is, I'm trying to have sex with you tonight. We're drinking, we're chopping it up. It's all gravy, right? Does anybody feel like, you remember COVID lockdown? Does anybody?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I know. Horrible time. But do you guys think that was maybe the correct population for this earth? Because I really enjoyed going to the produce section and not having to throw a elbow to get a fresh strawberry in Walmart. It's the anger issue. Guys, that's it. That's all I've got right now, okay?
All right. Let's give it up for Joseph Yount, everybody.
Yay.
All right. And Joseph, where can we find you on social media?
Yount Comedy at Gmail, YouTube, Facebook.
Say that again because it cut out.
Yount Comedy, Y-O-U-N-T. Yount Comedy at Gmail, Facebook, and YouTube.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow. What a crew we just had there. What the Joker, the Comedian Combatants were great tonight. That was great. Game number 2. So judge not. And no, I don't want to wear that later. No, I don't want to wear a tie. No, I need to know who's the comedian, the Joker race for game number 2. Okay. All right. So, Joker race for game number 2 is Joseph Yount, everybody. Yeah. Joseph, you're going to be in Dogfight Edition, so be there, be prepared, as we are going to go to something right after this.
Thanks, guys.
Stay tuned. Game number 2 is coming right up of Bombing Run, right here on DBTV.
In 1943, the Allies were losing the war. General Douglas A. MacArthur ordered the creation of Joke Force, a small group of stand-up comedians who would parachute behind enemy lines to kill the advancing army with jokes. Their missions were known as bombing runs. Some comedians killed, while others died on the battlefield stage. The Joke Force was disbanded right after the Laughingstock Peace Treaty was signed. Today, their mission lives on as the game show Bombing Run, hosted by General A.A. Rock.
Bombing Run.
Did your favorite comedian make it to Joker race? Are they going to be crowned top dog? How will you know? Keep watching Bombing Run right here on DBTV. All right, we're ready for Dogfight Edition. Yeah. And now we're going to have our 2 Joker aces, Gingerbread Amy and Joseph Yount, doing 3-minute sets to see who is aces of aces tonight. So, Comedian Combatants, to your battle stations, or as I should say, Joker aces. Please welcome our first Joker ace of the night. Let's give it up for Gingerbread Amy, everybody. Yeah.
Yay! Okay. Hey, everybody. Yes, I am Gingerbread Amy. If you have no idea who that is, neither does my boyfriend. Who am I kidding? I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh.
I barely have a husband.
Ooh.
But that's okay. I am Gingerbread Amy. My act gets booked at parties and events. It's a lot of fun. I have a new thing this year. I'm super excited. I just discovered it, you guys. My farts smell like cinnamon.
What? What?
Yeah. I think, if you are Gingerbread Amy long enough, your farts will start smelling like cinnamon. Now,
Oh my gosh.
I don't think you can blame me, but I charge extra for that. Okay. So no farting tonight.
Oh.
Well, maybe. I mean, sometimes they sneak out. Right. But those smell like vodka and cottage cheese.
Oh.
But they're free. Okay, they're free. So you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm excited. I've been talking to the cruise lines. I'm putting together a menu of offerings for the cruise lines. Is coming along really well. I love cruising. I love everything about it. And after a week of activities with Gingerbread Amy, the whole week wraps up with my big show with the orchestra, where I build a gingerbread house with the cruise orchestra. It's pretty amazing. And of course, as you might imagine, the cruise executives have asked me, how many times have you performed this particular show with the orchestra? And I said, well, I have performed this show literally thousands of times in my imagination. So you better believe you can count on it being funny and fantastic. So this holiday season, cruise along with Gingerbread Amy. Now, some of you have mentioned we have a big vote coming up in November. Super exciting time to tear your family apart. But I'm going to tell you right now who to vote for. Ready?
You?
Vote for who you want. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to vote for who I want. You vote for who you want. We'll be unified. It'll be a great Thanksgiving for everybody. I'm Gingerbread Amy. Good night.
All right, let's give it up for Gingerbread Amy, everybody. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That was awesome. And remind everybody where we can find you on social media.
Thank you, A-Rod. You can find me at Gingerbread Amy on Facebook and Instagram, all one word, Gingerbread Amy, or gingerbreadamy.com.
Awesome. Go check her out. And check her out on our cruise ship, building a gingerbread house on Titanic 2. You thought Titanic was taken down by a glacier. The second one will be taken down by a big gingerbread house. That was going to be the weirdest thing ever. I didn't think that was going to actually happen. All right, Judge Knott, are you ready to get to the next Joker Ace? You're in stitches, and that's funny because you should be tying knots. That's okay. All right. That's enough. All right, he's ready for the next Comedian Combatant, or Joker Ace number 2. Please welcome to the stage, Joseph Yount, everybody. Yeah!
Look, I was recently involved in a home invasion. Okay? It requires a little explaining. First off, I made it in my younger days 10 years as a career criminal. Okay? So I'm not used to being on this side of the fence. So fourth morning comes and we hear glass shatter. And now before I even have time to tell my wife it's nothing, go back to sleep, a second glass shatters. So I chamber a bullet into our home place. I enter the hallway in my underpants as if I'm Jason Bourne. The bedroom in question, right? And I command my dog to get down and come back to me. And I'm expecting to see some busted ass criminal that's gonna bust a window towards a barking dog and teach him a lesson, right? Stuff. The dog comes down and I'm face to face with a black bear because I live in northern Michigan.
No.
Remember, I'm an animal lover to a fault, so I'm like, let's feed it.
Oh my God.
Had some ass criminals. I find a black bear and she was so cute. So I go out to our dog kennel and I fire 6 or 7 shots into the dirt to scare the girl away into the woods, and it works. But that little bitch did not leave that $56 for the window sheet. There's another newest fad. Not I wouldn't say newish, man, but is anybody vape? I started quit cigarettes, okay? Now I'm sucking on a colorful
Nice.
piece of plastic. I'm sucking on a colorful piece of plastic. Now, for looks, if you're gonna need it, this delivers such a delicious flavor of high potent nicotine into my bloodstream. It's amazing. Now, cigarettes never did that to me. I can tell you this though, for looks and looks alone, I'm gonna have to say, go with the cigarette because I don't be running around sucking on these weird pieces of plastic with these flavors like Bahama Mama and baby formula. I mean, you gotta know. Without cigarettes, it's just not. That's it. That's all I got. I couldn't make it. All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, let's give it up for Joseph Yount, everybody. Yeah. And Joseph, remind us one more time where we can find you on social media.
Yount Comedy at Gmail, Facebook, and YouTube.
All right. Thank you so much, Joseph. You're awesome. All right. Let me get here. All right. Thank you so much. And before we find out who the Ace of Aces tonight is, I would like to thank all the comedian combatants who were on tonight. It was a bunch of comedians. Let's give it up for Ruben Anthony. Let's give it up for Stephanie Parker, Gingerbread Amy, Denise Jackrel, Adrienne Boris, and Joseph Yount. You guys were amazing tonight. Thank you for being here. And now it is time to find out who Ace of Aces is tonight. Is it Gingerbread Amy or Joseph Yount?
I've decided who's Ace of Aces, and it's not you, General A.A. Ron.
Come on. I did my best up here. All right. Okay. I know who is Ace of Aces tonight. Ace of Aces tonight is Joseph Yount, everybody. Yeah.
Good job. Good
All
job.
right,
Beat that
yeah.
boy.
Joseph, you won. You are Ace of Aces. And now what we have is what we call Victory Flyby. And tonight I'm going to give you 2 minutes where you can thank the Academy, you can thank your family. Just remember the same rules apply to this as the rest of the game show. So your 2 minutes starts now.
All right, I suppose I need to thank my wife who supports me. And I'm a hard person to support. Stuff is real. Everything, every joke I say is from my real life. These things are not pretend. So there is a human being out there that does support me, and she actually lives with me, sleeps next to me. So that's great. I got to thank her. I got to thank dogs, all my stepchildren, everybody that's put me through the hell that allows me to dish it out in comedy instead of other emotions. So listen, that's all I got tonight, guys. I want to thank you. This has been great. Good sets, everybody. This is really fun. I had a great time. Thanks, Aaron, for the show. I appreciate you putting it on, man. That's great. That's all I got.
All right, let's give it up one more time for Joseph Yount, everybody. That was amazing. All right, I'd play him off of the Academy music, but you know, we're not going to do that tonight. We are having fun, and it is over. Bombing Run is done for the night. Thank you for tuning in and watching this show, and we will have a new episode with 6 new comedians up soon. So for me, the Comedian Combatants, and our judge, one more time. Let's give it up for our judge one more time. Judge Knott. Thank you, Judge Knott, for being here. Yes, I'll pay you after the show. Probably in beer. All right, but thank you, everybody. And this has been an Oddly Funny production. Thank you.
This has been an oddly funny production.